happens, a lot is transpiring in terms of the JKIA update. This in regards to the remains which have arrived, or those Kenyans who actually lost their lives in that particular accident that happened in March this year. Now, Jeff Kirui is joining us. He was there, or still is, at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Now, Jeff, a very good afternoon to you. I must say it is reprieve of some sorts for the family members who've been able to retrieve some of the remains of their loved ones due to the accident that occurred in March. Just as you tell us about the mood in that particular area, just inform us about the litigation efforts in regards to the suing of the Boeing company by a Kenyan family in regards to this, if there's any updates.
Well, a very good afternoon, Jesse. Indeed, this brings to a closure. For almost 7 months, the families have been waiting to get remains of their loved ones. And today marks perhaps the last journey as each and every family takes the remains of their loved ones to their preferred funeral homes. And what we've managed to gather so far is that the airlines will actually cater for the funeral arrangements by virtue that all the passengers were insured. And earlier on, we had the CS for Transport, James Macharia, as well as Ambassador Monica Juma, who is the Foreign Affairs Minister, saying that all the remains of the Kenyans, out of the 32 Kenyans who perished in that flight, 28 remains have been brought back home. That makes 5 who had actually families had requested that they be buried there. And the CS is saying that those who had dual citizenship had to be taken to their other countries. And so that brings the number of all the families who perished there to 28 who've been brought back to Kenya, and their respective family members will now take over from here. But just to mention is that the families had requested that no media should be allowed to the mass ceremony, the mass service, which was held from the morning. And up to now, there are those final moments, families viewing the remains of their loved ones before they are transported to various morgues for the final send-off. And as it stands now as well, we had one of the family members, one of the representative of the family members, and if maybe I can just speak to him right now, get a few of him, maybe you can just recap exactly what the families say, and maybe you can speak to us, KTN News. We are live just in a few minutes. You give us a recap of what the family members feel about this entire exercise. Perhaps you can start by telling us your name.
Yeah, my name is Richmond Moridi, and I was the person in charge of the 32 families, and my work was to link the family and the government. So for all the meetings that were required, where the family input was important, I was called upon to come and be the link.
What is the progress of the compensation push you had?
Now the compensation is individual to each and every family. So there are families who are we are at different levels. There are those who have started the process. And by the way, because this is in the public domain, Boeing has already sent some forms for families to fill in, and they are calling it a gift. And the families, once they fill in, they send it over to Boeing, and then they can start now the real process of compensation. But per se, it's not being called compensation. Boeing are calling it a gift.
Okay. Well, there you have it, Jesse. That is the family representative here in all this case. And they're saying that the Boeing company is giving them what they are not terming it as compensation, but they are terming it as a gift. And the family members, each family will be taking up, they're already filling up those forms, and each family will be taking up its case based on what they consider compensation for them. And for now, we will be waiting to see as the family, as the motorcade will be leaving here in the next few minutes. But what currently is happening there at the presidential pavilion is that family members are being given an opportunity to view the remains of their loved ones. Jesse.
All right, many thanks, Jeff Kirui, right there, bringing us live updates from the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, all in regards to the remains that have arrived in Kenya. 28 out of the 32 Kenyans who lost their lives in the ill-fated Ethiopian Airlines plane that crashed in March this year. Definitely reprieve for the family members, and we'll keep you updated even as the compensation process is ongoing, just as the representative